Hi, you guys. This is Trish Ajel Roberts, and I'm coming to you with the sixth episode of my Wellness and Transformation vlog, Thoughts on Everything. So, it's a companion to my traditional blog, which you can always check out on my website, honeybutterflies.com/blog. And today's vlog is called The Lizard. And this one came to me when I was in hot yoga in a posture that's called the lizard. And it's not probably the most comfortable posture for me. I mean, a lot of poses in yoga can be difficult. And I know a lot of times when people see yoga, they think of these like really ridiculously flexible positions. Um, but that's not really what it's about. What it's about is figuring out how far you can go with your body, um, externally and internally. So I was in this posture. It's basically on the floor with my elbows down. One foot is forward, so my elbow's on the floor. One foot is forward, and my foot is flat, and then the other whole leg is back. So it's like this big hip stretch, and then you just kind of sit in it for a good 2-3 minutes. So basically what you're doing is you're sitting in a awkward posture. You know, it has some good feelings because you're stretching, so when you're stretching, you feel that sensation of stretch. It's almost like it's a pleasure pain feeling, because the stretch, it kind of feels good, but then you also have to be careful not to go too deep, and then sometimes it can be kind of painful and you're like, okay, wait a minute. So if you are into yoga or you practice yoga, I would say most yogis, really all yogis, agree that yoga parallels life. And a lot of why people really get into it and enjoy it on a more spiritual level and not just a physical exercise level is because it challenges us, not just physically but mentally. And sometimes the challenge is staying still. It's not just how quickly I can do squats or how fast I can run. The challenge more often than not is staying still. And then can you stay still when it's not comfortable or when it's active? We can usually stay still to go to sleep, right? It's not really active, it's kind of unconscious. But can we stay still when we're actively making a decision to stop doing all the things? Many times we get our value from this idea of constantly doing stuff, and stillness can really be a challenge. So in yoga, there's yin and yang, which most everybody's heard of, right? So the yang is that kind of active, constantly moving thing, like when you see people doing, sun salutations and planks and that whole thing, that we think of many times when we think of yoga. And well, first of all, I'm obsessed with metaphors because I think life is like a metaphor. So for me, that yang, super active thing that we do is, it's like American culture, it's like US culture, where you have to be working hardest and burning the midnight oil and putting in all the hours and doing all the things, and that's where the value is. And then the yin piece is the piece that's not so fast and so active, right? It's the part where you slow down, and perhaps in slowing down, you're more conscious, you're more aware, and you maybe actually think about what you're doing. So for me, the yin piece is more like indigenous cultures, or when people think of, oh, that's not civilized, whatever, they're still cooking in an outdoor fire, there's a lot of wisdom in that, right? And I think that as society is progressing and we're seeing all of the damage that's being done by big corporations, doing all the things, not stopping long enough to think about the impact of the things that you're doing. So it gives you an idea of yin and yang as it relates to yoga, right? Fast moving yoga, or yoga where you sit and hold a posture for 3 minutes or 5 minutes, or in some cases even 10 minutes, and how that can parallel to the way that we think as people, and also the way that we think as an entire nation, or maybe even an entire world. So slowness isn't a lack of wisdom or a lack of learning or a lack of knowing. A lot of times we don't get the good stuff until we slow down. I took some folks on a hike through a beautiful mountain out here in Georgia not too long ago, and when we got to the top, I led them in a guided meditation. And one of the things that we talked about was what they call forest bathing, which is mindful meditation and hiking in nature. It's not something that I am like certified in to tell you I know all about it. There's a fly that is terrorizing me just a little bit out here. Anyway, so I was talking about how you can hike the whole mountain without actually noticing the mountain. And if you are someone who runs or anything like me, I am a runner and I'll do trail runs. So you could actually run a whole mountain and not notice the trees or the sun or the birds or the cicadas or anything that's really nice out there. You could just get in, get out, run, I gotta finish, and just not even notice anything around you. So just that awareness it really speaks volumes. And then the thing is, okay, well, why do you care, right? Okay, Trish, whatever. So suppose I'm running through life and I'm not noticing things, but I'm having fun and it's great, whatever. Well, I would say this. I love the example of the Wizard of Oz, right? And Dorothy's on this mission and she's doing all the things and she's fighting danger. The whole time she's in this quest to go home. And after going through all of the stress and all this turmoil, at the end she realizes what she needed, she had the whole time, which of course was her ruby slippers. And I think that a lot of times that's how we are with this idea of yin and yang. You know, we are constantly running many times, thinking we gotta do the next thing, we gotta get to this, we gotta do that. And you might try slowing down because you might find out that you already have what you're looking for. Bam, that's it. That's it. That's the lizard. That's the lizard. I know for me, just in that pose, in that moment, in that stillness, in understanding how to be uncomfortable but still be present, how to get through things, that I just start remembering things I forgot or having clarity about things that I want to do, and it just makes things so much easier. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and if you want to read the actual blog, again, you can sign up for my weekly inspirational blogs on my website, or you can follow me on Instagram. So my Instagram is vegan_honey butterflies, HONEY butter, FLYZ. And I look forward to your feedback. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.